Peace and blessings. It's been a minute since I've been on here. Been busy, living it. I have a moment, just take some time. How's everything going for y'all? How's life? Because if you look outside right now, I don't know. There's a lot of disconnect, communication disconnect. And I think I spoke about this before, like the ability to listen. Just because we have ears don't mean we know how to listen. We can hear though. How do we come together? That's when we can't even hear each other. I've been in a variety of conversations with people, and the takeaways are very interesting, and this is something that we all can benefit from. Like, if you're in a conversation and something comes alive in you, whether it's an emotion, a feeling, that's you. And then what do you interpret that as? What story do you put behind it? Because I'm telling you, we are out here telling ourselves some very interesting, elaborate stories of situations we experience, things that, can appear simple, is taken so differently. Like, if I was explaining something or sharing something from my experience or my life experience, and someone takes it as a threat to their identity or belief system, it's weird. It's really weird out here, man. I don't know if it's post-COVID. I don't know if what's going on. I don't really tune into the news. That's a whole nother thing. You listen to the news. How are you using your senses? There's these boxes, and I feel like being on this screen is like Jim Carrey when he talked about making the cable guy. He was trying to convey a message about, the dangers of TV, but he had to use the TV to convey it, so it was just like, but I digress. There's no such thing as perfection as we imagine it to be, so we do what we do, Bismillah. But really being able to listen and hear the person that's speaking to you and not your internal interpretation of what they're saying. And let me see, I'm gonna think if I can give an example. Because a lot of people are associated to religion and like, religion makes people narrow-minded. No, this is a human psychological issue. People get it in sports, people get it in politics. Oh, yeah, it is. That's another thing. It's on full blast now with this politics and the political situation and people's affiliations and what they hear from the speech of who they see as other outside and how they need to react in order to protect their own worldview. Listen, how I roll, how I walk, I'm not trying to convert. I'm not trying to even make you be like me. I'm sharing something. If it resonates, cool. If it doesn't, cool. There is no coercion. It's a share. And I'm not trying to crush your worldviews. Really, it's just a sharing. And in the conversation, ask questions if you have a question, and listen to yourself sometimes too when you're talking. You're really talking to yourself, and I know because I've done it. I've been everything I'm talking about. I've done it myself, so I've tasted. I know what it's like. It's not something I'm beyond even falling into now. But we really, it would behoove us, as I joke at myself using that word. I say, who says these words anymore? But to learn how to communicate, learn how to listen. Like, what is this? What is he saying? What am I taking away? Because your takeaway is your takeaway. It's not necessarily what was given. So sit with that for a minute. You need to connect. And, most obviously, when you're coming from a God-oriented view, you need to connect to God. That when in your existence has that never been a command on you? When, at what moment is not it? But how do we connect to what's horizontal, the parallel horizontal, connected vertically? That's always something to check, but you can't just be one way. You can, and we live what we see. Because people can only hear what they hear. There's the interview on that podcast with me. It was entitled "From the Bronx to the Sahara: My Journey to God." Like, I shared some of my experience in traveling, and even in that, a person can only take away. I lived it. A person who's listening, they can interpret a million different things from what I'm saying, but I actually lived it. So from my view, they're not going to have the exact understanding that I derive from. Even what I take away from my experience is limited. Like, there's so to stand in false sense of certainty or absolutism about where you are or where other people are speaking from or what they mean. It's kind of a wild place to stand, but people stand in it. And as we have the world we have today, people talk at each other and not to each other. That's another problem. But problems are problems, and you either see things as a door, or a door that's open, or a door that's closed. I tend to see a lot of things as open doors, and of course, some open doors aren't meant to walk through, but you witness it and keep it moving. Life is very simple, and we complicate it a lot. We really do. And slowing down, being still, being aware, taking that internal inventory. What's your internal conversations? These are ways to ground yourself so that you're connected to yourself enough to be able to connect to someone else. So even with something like that title, because I didn't pick the title that was put on it, and I don't have a problem with it either. From the Bronx to the Sahara: My Journey to God, and somebody hears it, oh no, that's the devil. Or a real lived experience. Before, when I just became Muslim, I used to donate to the Salvation Army. Not that far from where I lived, and donate, food, non-perishable, canned goods and stuff like that. So the guy got used to seeing me a lot, and he was very, very warm, very welcoming. He said, "Oh man, you know, I see you in here so much." This one time I came in, he goes, "Oh man, I see you in here so much. What church do you go to?" And I said, "Oh, I don't go to church. I'm a Muslim." He went from like this. What in the world happened inside him? Oh man, but it's like a don't compute, like it just and I'm around a lot of that. That happens a lot around me. I'm used to it now. Before it used to be like a shock to the system, but now it's like you don't fit the mold of my programming. And it's cool because that's gonna happen if you accept stuff like that and question. Then you start to question your own views, and then that's, I think, what's scary for some people. That's not scary. That's where you grow. It's like you have a lived experience. You have something that challenges your preconceived notions and what you've been led to believe a lot of times. This is life, and it's beautiful. It's a journey, and I'm glad to be able to share with whoever God deems fit. It be the little things. Check out themanofreal.net, cultivatemercy.com. Some more music on the way. You'll hear some of it, things I've been working on, and it's literally just a sharing my experience, and you know, it caused reflection, to ponder, to think. That's it. I'm not forcing nothing. That's so not me. But you know, we out here with ghosts and phantoms. Yeah, so new music coming up. You might hear it at the end of this video. themanofreal.net, you'll see the music there. Cultivate Mercy, there's a link to the music, and there's a link to what I'm presenting in Cultivate Mercy. And to put it all in one sentence, Cultivate Mercy, all I'm doing is promoting virtue. That's all. It be the little things. Peace.
I testify from the life I live, with the things that I do and the things I did. See me eye to eye and heart to heart, walk hand in hand through the light and the dark. I pity the fool who ain't trying to get it. God's love in abundance, come and find me in it. Ecstasy, nothing less can be the outcome of the journey, so you best believe. I testify from the life I live, with the things that I do and the things I did. See me eye to eye and heart to heart. Indeed, for it starts Allahu Akbar, and while it's going on, Allahu Akbar, and after it's finished, Allahu Akbar, in every given moment, Allahu Akbar. I got joy down in my heart. It took a while to taste, but it was there from the start. Thank God for his guidance and grace. The true spiritual path is orientation to his face, adherence to the prophet, reflected in character, not mystical experience or woo-woo vernacular, more than a hardships or anything soothing. Visions, voices, or collective confusion. There's love in the silence, love in the stillness, love beyond interpretation, love beyond the feelings. Stay steady and ready, the truth is revealing. No performance needed when you're seeking the real one. Joy in the silence, joy in the still. Joy when he softens my heart to his will. Not from visions, not from a thrill, just joy when the soul learns to quietly feel. Joy. Just joy.